Today I want to get into Suga getting upset and being done over lack of support. I want to get into people saying that Jung Kook might skip Suga's military ceremony, and then I want to get into Jung Kook replying to a message. So hey Dumplings, it's Dave. Decide hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumpling and taste Bling Mug merch and let's go. I think ARMYs get so excited when they see Jung Kook interact and have fun with other celebrities because it brings this idea that Jung Kook loves and supports other artists, and that Jung Kook is also a human being. And I think when ARMYs see Jung Kook interact with another person, a lot of ARMYs feel like they can pretend to be that other person and almost vicariously live through those other celebrities. So ARMYs think, oh, if I was that celebrity and Jung Kook responded, he would be so nice to me like he is to that other celebrity. It also further reinforces that idea that Jung Kook is indeed a kind person and he is worth supporting, because a lot of people just automatically think celebrities are just going to be rude people. But when you hear the other celebrities and other behind the scenes staff say such good things, it's very satisfying. So what happened today and what kindness did Jung Kook share? Well, Jung Kook just posted another dance challenge on TikTok. It has literally been so soon since his last dance video, and Jung Kook literally set up his hallway with neon lights and participated in a trend that was really fun and cool. I don't know how many other artists do this trend, but I love the idea of Jung Kook jumping on trends and doing dance challenges. I think it lets others who may not normally be exposed to K-pop and Jung Kook's music to at least come across these challenges and realize that Jung Kook is indeed really talented. Social media also acts as a way nowadays for artists to remain at top of mind during their off times and still be gaining followers and supporters while not needing to travel and do things that are extremely stressful. But aside from ARMYs freaking out over the dance video, which was already such a big deal, ARMYs also were freaking out about the artist that Jung Kook did the challenge of, like the singer of the song. He actually messaged Jung Kook and let Jung Kook know just how honored he is that Jung Kook did the dance and excessively thanked Jung Kook for even participating. Jung Kook did respond to this to say, yeah, and it is absolutely so cute to see this reaction. As much as we would all probably believe that someone like Jung Kook probably wouldn't get starstruck or whatever it is, there is probably a sense of accomplishment and acceptance when the person that started the trend or a person that you think is talented acknowledges you and thanks you for what you do. There could be a literal opposite effect that happens other times when artists get so upset that they end up taking legal action on you for using their song or artwork. So it's such an amazing thing that an artist can not only be excited that Jung Kook could honor their dance and challenge so much, but also appreciate Jung Kook and understand that if Jung Kook is recreating something, it's because he likes it and he will actually transform the challenge and take it to the next level. All of which Jung Kook definitely did. He would not be doing a dance challenge that was lame or that wouldn't put him in a good light. And by that I mean he's going to want to do a challenge that makes him show off his talent. The boys are obviously so talented, but it's hard to believe that obviously people with a lot of talent don't always get the respect they deserve. Obviously Jung Kook has that now and everyone respects him now, but it was definitely hard for BTS in the beginning to deal with this and really convince the world that they deserved to be there. Suga was someone who not only had a hard time trying to convince the world of his talent, but even trying to convince his parents that he deserved to be there. Suga wasn't really a dancer when he started out, did eventually learn to dance very well. He was also not much of a singer, but a pretty good one now. So that left him trying to convince his parents during his debut days that he was a talented rapper. Coming from a generation before him, it was no surprise that that generation doesn't really like rap or even think it's real music. Suga then talked about how when he first started, his parents very much disapproved of his work and career path. This story began to resurface again recently, and it's quite sad to see how much disapproval and lack of support he had to go through. Suga talked about how obviously being a musician is a very unstable career, and his parents would disapprove of that. Of course, we can all understand that perspective. However, all of this was something that actually motivated Suga and made him want to work harder. So he did, and now he's super successful. The way I see it is that with the current climate of the world, all jobs are very unstable. Why not just do something you like? And if at one point that career can no longer pay the bills, that's okay. Do something else. Teach. Do whatever life takes you next. There's this stigma that in order to be successful, you have to do the thing for your entire life. But not only is that extremely difficult to do, not realistic, and extremely daunting, it also makes people feel trapped because there's so many fulfilling and fun careers, and you may want to take the money you make from the height of your career as an entertainer and go into another field, and that could potentially even be to be a CEO of a company. So if you think of it that way, then it becomes a career that's not only possible, but one that isn't so scary. Whereas thinking you have to be at BTS or Taylor Swift level of success until you die is very scary and out of reach to think of for the normal person. Of course, Suga at the time was probably thinking that he was done with his father and mother, but I think he looks at that as motivation now, and I think it's a really good way to see it. When you feel like you have a point to prove even to your parents, it's a really strong motivation to work, and he never remained stagnant either. When he realized that being an underground rapper was not pulling in the dough as much, he obviously was able to join a boy band and then be able to be a part of the world's most successful boy band and make unimaginable money. Of course, with all this and his hard work recently, it's no wonder the story started to pick up traction again, because he was announced to be joining the military on September 22nd, which is in 5 days as of recording. People were very upset and sad that Suga finally proves everyone wrong, but then has to take a break and almost lose all the momentum of his career right now. But Big Hit posted their "Hello, this is Big Hit Entertainment" post, and people were absolutely in shock to hear how soon and sudden the enlistment was. And by sudden, I mean it is only a few days away. However, there was a bit of controversy with Suga enlisting, and then people believed that the other members don't like Suga or are secretly hating on him. So what happened, and why do people think this? Jung Kook was believed to be headlining on Global Citizens. This was announced for a few months now, and everyone was very excited. This was a bit of a charity organization. It's huge and absolutely such a big honor for both Jung Kook and Global Citizens to have each other. They will no doubt raise a lot of money from just Jung Kook being there. This was announced to be happening on September 23rd, and I believe this is in New York. However, September 23rd has basically the same hours as September 22nd. There is an overlap there, so depending on the time Suga enlists on the 22nd, it may overlap with the time that Jung Kook is set to headline or be on stage for Global Citizens. Immediately, people were objecting and demanding that Global Citizens change their date, and that is likely not going to be possible and a bit immature to even ask, given this is a big charity event and involves a lot of other acts too, so to change the date would be very inconsiderate of all those acts and their time. A lot of the acts that are set to be there might even just cancel, and the chances are those artists still have to get paid, so obviously this is not ideal nor possible. Jungkook could likely miss the enlistment ceremony and miss the time in which Suga will be sent off. However, I don't think this is the biggest deal if he does miss it. Suga wouldn't be upset, and I'm sure he'd understand. There's also a big chance that Jungkook could actually make it to both, because let's say Suga has his send-off ceremony at 4 p.m. September 22nd, and that is about 3 a.m. September 22nd in New York. So Jungkook could literally go and then right from that ceremony head on right to either a private jet or a red-eye flight to just head to New York to make it for the same next day, September 23rd, 4 p.m., which is actually September 24th, 5 p.m. in Korea. So while there is an overlap with some of the time, there is definitely still time for Jungkook to make it to both if he wanted to do that. This is not unheard of and probably isn't even that crazy for something an idol to do this. This would also be something that would be highly encouraged by HYBE to do, as when they post their send-off ceremony for Suga, people would be furious to see Jungkook not there, and BTS fans would probably take that opportunity to bash, criticize, and do all of the things to say that Jungkook is not supportive, terrible friend, and does not care about the success of the other members, or that Jungkook would choose to prioritize himself over the other members. And this is, I think, so silly, dumb, and stupid to even think, because even if Jungkook were to do Citizen Show and not attend, Suga would 100% understand and would probably be inconsiderate if he didn't try to understand and would not take it personally. Likely Jungkook would try to give Suga a call even before the ceremony. I really don't see that being an issue. Let me know what you think. Make sure to check out Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks for this lovely comment right here. Love you, bye.